Yes, ladies and gentlemen, episode 65 Pokemon Horizons titled Liko and Amethio just dropped, and in this episode, Liko and Amethio are stuck in the cave from last episode and have to try to find a way to get out. Will they be able to? Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more, and let's find out. Continuing from last episode, as Liko and Amethio are stuck down in the cave, the first things they have to figure out is calming down Terapagos. But surprisingly, when Amethio tells Terapagos that it isn't planning on doing anything, it believes him and heads back to Liko's backpack. Meanwhile, Roy and Dot are stopped from finding Liko by Sidian and Coral. They have their Pokemon out and are seemingly there just to waste time. When Roy and Dot try to get their Pokemon to run, they get stopped, and anytime they do damage on the explorer's Pokemon, Garganacl just uses Recover, putting them back in square one. Down in the caves, it's starting to get really cold. However, when Florigato brings Liko some plants, Liko realizes that Ceruledge can burn it and create a fire for the both of them there. As the two sit by the fire, we get a conversation between Liko and Amethio. Amethio asks why Liko hesitated during their battle when Ceruledge terrestrialized, and Liko explains that she was taking the terrestrial course in order to learn more about Terapagos, but she ended up failing. She thought all of her hard work was paying off, but now it's gone. But Amethio questions if one stumbling block is enough to make her quit. Liko thinks about everything she's gone through for now and decides she isn't done yet. Liko then asks Amethio why he saved her back then when they were fighting the Rayquaza, saying that while the explorers are evildoers who want Rayquaza and Terapagos, Amethio feels different. We learn that Amethio is doing this mission in order to fulfill his grandfather's dream to go to Laqua. That's why he's after the Rayquaza and Terapagos, but hearing his response doesn't seem to make Terapagos happy. However, Liko calms down Terapagos and explains to him that Terapagos also wants to go to Laqua, so she decides to take him there. That revelation surprises Amethio as he didn't know that prior, and Liko says that she's glad she ended up asking because she wouldn't have known about his goals otherwise. She says that it seems the two of them are following the same goal, but they have different paths. Amethio then notices some wind coming into the cave and realizes there's an exit, so he calls Liko by name as he decides they're going to leave this cave. The two work together using all of their Pokemon, Ceruledge and Florigato on the back of Corviknight to destroy the cave wall, and Liko's Hatchram to catch the massive rubble falling from the ceiling and destroying it in order to create an opening. Meanwhile, Roy and Dot are seemingly on the road. That is until Grusha arrived. With their job to stall for time seemingly now done, Sidian and Coral leave. Grusha tells Roy and Dot that he got a call from Freed, so he helps them look for Liko. Liko and Amethio get out of the cave as he helps her up. He warns Liko about Spinel, and Liko asks Amethio that since their goals are the same, if he wants to join the Voltacklers instead of fighting. But he says that that's not possible because while their goals are the same, their path to it are different, and walks away. Liko then walks the opposite way with Florigato, but we find out that Spinel's Beheeyum was watching that whole interaction. Grusha comes to the spot where Liko got separated and realizes that the rock there got moved. When he breaks the rock with Altaria, Liko's behind it, and our heroes reunite. It seems Freed had also gotten there, but he didn't need to be there. Grusha takes them to the house and opens up some fire before heading out. Liko thanks Grusha and apologizes for making him worry. The four of them then have a conversation about what Spinel might have wanted. Liko explains to Freed that he used the Loquium to make pink mist and make the Umbreon go on a rampage before Terapagos used its powers to stop it and destroy the crystal. Freed tells their heroes to keep an eye out and says that he will fill in the rest of the crew on everything. But before they head back to Narhana Academy, Liko wants to do something. That is that she wants to go to the top of Glaseado Mountain. They reach there, and there they're able to get a fantastic view of Paldea and take a picture together. Back at the explorer's base, Amethio arrives as he got called. Turns out that's because Spinel recorded the whole interaction between him and Liko and used that to say that Amethio was working with the enemy. Before Amethio can explain himself, Amethio's grandfather Gibeon says that he's disappointed in Amethio and says that he's the same. I think most likely referring to his father, who he's talked about in the past, and kicks him out of the Explorer. And that is where we end the episode. Wow, what an ending. I did not see that coming. I knew that Spinel was definitely up to something, and he and Chow's last episode said that they wanted to get rid of Amethio, but I thought that was referring to trapping him in the cave. I didn't realize he was also planning on recording him getting out with Liko in order to get him kicked out. That was unexpected. This opens up some opportunities for Amethio's character as a whole. What will he do next? He's probably still going to pursue Laqua in order to make his grandfather proud because that's seemingly his goal. And I have a feeling that at the end, his grandfather's going to betray him somehow. This feels like such a gets this and end situation. This does finally allow for his two grunts, who have been away from the series for so long at this point, to be back in his episodes. They'd kind of gotten replaced by Sidian and Coral, but now that he's no longer part of the Explorers, it allows those two to return and have their their own reasons for being in this series. The only other major thing in this episode is the conversation between Liko and Amethio. Since Amethio is no longer an explorer, it allows him to be more of an anti-hero of sorts. I don't expect him to join the Volt Tacklers, but I also think that he's going to help out the heroes when necessary. This creates an interesting dynamic now, where there's the rising Volt Tacklers, the explorers, and now Amethio is a wild card. I'm curious to see where his story's headed. Overall, an incredible episode. If you watched it, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. You can follow me on Twitter at TheRealPDGaming, and that's it. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.